As my trip here in Italy is coming to an end, I thought of doing a little check-in day today and a little recap of how the trip went. I thought it'd be a good experiment to have a look at my physique after the last few days, keeping things very intuitive. And by the way, that's not how I usually do things. I'm a lot more organized. But to be completely honest, I've been swamped with work and I decided to prioritize that. In fact, this is probably the first time in I don't know how many years, if ever, to be honest, that I'm a little bit sad that I have to go back the day after tomorrow. I wish I had a little bit more time and I wish that I organized myself a little bit better so that I didn't have as much work to do and I could kind of enjoy the time here a little bit more, spend a bit more time with my family, see more friends, and just spend more time in the sun. That was actually one of the main reasons why I wanted to take this little break out of London, was just to get a little bit of vitamin D. And unfortunately, I didn't quite manage. In all fairness, the first couple of days weren't great weather-wise, but still I could have organized myself better for sure. But lesson learned for next time. Let's have a look at the check-in. Keeping in mind that nutrition was extremely loose. I don't think I consumed enough protein. If I'm honest, I don't think I consumed enough calories either. So basically nutrition was just as bad as it gets. And that's just the absolute truth. So let's have a look at it and let's comment it together. Let's see what the damage is. I have no idea how much I weigh. My guess is that I'm probably slightly lighter than I was in London. Funny enough, I think I'm a lot flatter and also just more watery. This is purely just down to the quality of the nutrients and the amount of overall calories that I consumed, which again was probably slightly underneath my normal daily intake. I probably had one clean meal a day and the rest was just either pizza or ice cream. I've also been a little bit unlucky this time. Every time I got pizza, it wasn't actually that great. And I think that's also what pushed me to get it, to try to get a better one every day. I think I just came to realize I'm a bit out of touch with this city, which of course makes sense. I've been away for 12 years. I've been coming back every now and again, but things have changed massively. So I don't really know what are the good places anymore. And there's a lot of spots in a city that I don't even recognize anymore. But yeah, in terms of the physique, this is nothing I can't fix in literally just a few days being back on track. It's literally just some extra water retention. So I reckon 4 to 5 days, maybe a week max, being back on track fully. And I'll tidy up the physique and regain that fullness that I had before. Training also hasn't been that great. I think I probably had one good session since I've been here. Yesterday's was rushed. Saturday's one was really quick as well, as you guys saw. So I think from a fitness perspective, it couldn't have gone any worse, really. I didn't even manage to get a lot of steps done since I was basically working all day here. But as I said, lesson learned. I always get told off by everyone to just take time off work whenever I travel, and I never listen. I usually manage to find a nice balance, and at least a balance that works for me. But this time round, I pathetically failed. I spent the majority of the trip working and I didn't really do much with my time here aside from that. So I think next time I either decide to travel for a bit longer so that if I want to work at the same rate as I have this weekend, at least I've got multiple days that I can kind of spread the activities in, or I just decide to take a little bit of time off or work a little bit less. For all the self-employed watching this, you can probably relate on how hard it is to actually take time off when it's your own business. And genuinely, I also love what I do. So sometimes I just completely lose track of time and I forget to eat. I forget to do anything else to be a functional being. We talked about this before on this channel. Nonetheless, it's been amazing to reconnect with my family, especially my dad. Getting to film 2 videos with him was definitely the highlight of my trip. and also reconnecting with my roots, the places that I grew up in, my mum's house, my dad's house, walk the same streets as when I was 6, 8, 12 years old. Lots of memories and flashbacks that came with the realization that I really am a different person. I mean, if there's one thing that we know for certain, is that one day we're all gonna die, and that time never stops moving forward. And you can literally spend your life doing absolutely nothing and you will still get old, inevitably, and you will still mature to a degree. If it's not mentally, nonetheless, definitely physically. And I think life can get extremely practical. We can get sucked into the daily tasks. And of course, especially if you're really busy and you're on the go all the time, and you end up getting so far from home, if you want to call it that, or just your roots, where you were born and where you grew up, that it becomes really hard to look back and to perceive that growth and that change. And in that sense, I feel extremely lucky that I got the opportunity to do that this weekend. I think I've been beating myself up quite a bit recently, and my self-confidence got knocked over multiple times. But I think being able to have a clear comparison of where I'm at now and where I actually come from was quite refreshing, to put things in perspective and actually appreciate and be grateful for who I am today. I'm not perfect. I'm still fucked up, messed up in so many ways, but I am trying, and I have been trying. And again, even if in the present moment, it's hard to see, when I then look back, I can see the movements, I can see the progress that I've made. And at that point, it becomes slightly easier to have some appreciation for yourself. So if there's a final message that I can send across with this video today, is this: if you have the opportunity, sooner rather than later, go back to your hometown, wherever that is. Go back to where you were born, to where you were raised. Walk the streets you grew up in. Try to reconnect to your past self somehow, just to regain a bit of perspective of who you actually are right now and where you're going. And I'm sure that that will help you to make the next decision in your life. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If it's your first time here, I'm posting one vlog a day for a year straight. So if you enjoyed this, if you found it valuable, please feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.